Hello, hope you're having a fabulous day. Today I'm going to be flying from here, which is Reagan National Airport, right next to Washington, D.C., to Orlando, Florida on American Airlines. And I'll admit, this is my first flight ever on American Airlines. We'll be on an A319, an Airbus A319. And that will take us down to Orlando International Airport. Our flight leaves in about an hour, so I'm going to pick up some food. I already ordered some food here at the Legal Seafood, which is my favorite restaurant in the airport. It's a great place to go to get some delicious gluten-free fish and chips. And then I'll head over to the gate and we'll check out how economy looks on American. Overall, it was a pretty smooth boarding process, and the flight did end up leaving on time, so that was pretty good for American Airlines. For this flight, I was back in row 22 on the aisle, on the left side of the plane. Okay, so now for the seat. It was a relatively decent seat, but with very little leg room for me, being 5'10 and a half, 5'11". The seat back pocket has little bars, so with putting my water in, it does extend the whole pocket into my legs, which was annoying. Here's the tray table. It was pretty clean, I'll have to admit. And then above the tray table, we also have a little literature storage pocket. There's no magazine, but just a safety guide and menu and information about the in-flight entertainment. And the seat does recline with that button right there on the side. And the seat was also pretty well padded, I would say. It's pretty tight, but relatively comfortable for the short flight. There are also power outlets located between the seats. Okay, so now for a look at the bathroom. It was pretty clean on the flight down. Very simple, very small and compact. But here it is, the bathroom. And they did have tissues provided as well. So now let's take a look at my experience on the way back on the 737-800. So here's my seat, and it has the same style literature holder as the flight down. The overhead bins are a little bit larger, I think. There is a cell phone or tablet holder there, which was very convenient for me, holding my phone during the flight. In addition, we have our tray table here, similar to on the previous flight. Nothing special. And there's also a USB-A port right there for charging your devices. There's a different style seatback pocket that's smaller, but it is flexible, and there are also power outlets located between the seats. So that's what it looks like on the 737-800. I personally like this configuration a little bit more, this type of seat. So one of the bathrooms on the flight back did not have a working sink, so they gave packets instead of hand sanitizer, which was not great. So I am back from my trip to Florida on American Airlines, and generally I would say it was a pretty decent experience. There were really only two things that I wanted to mention from on the plane that were not the best. One thing, when on the flight down, there was one flight attendant in the front on her phone, not greeting anyone, and two flight attendants in the back just talking to each other. And so no one was greeting any passengers on the flight down, which I thought was not the best service. On the way back, all the passengers are greeted as you would normally expect. So that's one little note. And then also one of the sinks in one of the bathrooms on the way back was covered up and was broken, and the sink was just filled with hand sanitizer packets. So that was an inconvenience as well. And as well as the in-flight entertainment system on the way back, there were some issues with accessing that I had some of the TV show offerings. I couldn't get to the TV shows. I could get to the movies. It was a little bit odd. But anyway, it was a decent experience. Would I fly on American Airlines again? I would probably choose Delta over American if they were the same price. I would definitely choose Delta over American if they were the same price. But generally, I thought it was a decent experience. And yeah, so anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. As always, have a great rest of your day, and you can always subscribe below. It's been a while since I've made any videos on my channel, but hopefully now I'll have some more time. I've been quite busy the past few months, but there we go. So I hope to be making some more videos soon.